Hello everybody and welcome to another unboxing video. In this one, the Kyosho Fazer Mk2. That's right, the Kyosho Fazer Mk2. This particular one is a 1967 Pontiac GTO. So without further dudes, let's bust this thing out. So that on the front of the box is a photo of the real car, or rather it's a photo of this car. The scale realism on this thing absolutely beggars belief. Look at this thing. We're going to spend a bit of time talking about the exterior of the car before we even get to what is underneath. So, there you go, got my camera. First impressions. Look at this. This is an RC car. This isn't a static model, like a die-cast model built to look exactly like the car and you just put it on the shelf and it doesn't do anything. This is a fully functional touring car chassis. It's remote controlled. It moves. It has a motor and a gearbox and everything, and it looks like this. And I absolutely wouldn't blame anyone for buying one of these cars and never driving it. They look absolutely amazing. I'm going to basically go bumper to bumper, front to rear on this, and we'll get some close-ups for you. The headlights, my God, the headlights. They are ready for, they have light buckets in them. They are ready for an LED kit. I know there is a promotional picture that Kyosho did at some point going around with the optional LED kit installed, and it looks absolutely amazing. This whole chrome front end is obviously separate from the rest of the body shell, but it kind of doesn't look like it is. Just the fit and finish of this thing is absolutely amazing. It's also got that same chrome running along the wheel arches all the way across the bottom of the car to the back. There's other chrome details around the windows, and there's also a rear view mirror, just the one on the left because this car is from 1967 and you only need to look on the left in the 60s. The wipers are a fantastically good touch. I really want to see someone put a couple of micro servos or micro servo and a linkage in there. I want to see some actual wiper action on this thing. I think the matte painted roof, like the vinyl roof on the real car, is an incredibly good move on this. It breaks up the glossy, shiny chrome texture of the car and balances the whole thing. I actually thought that these windows were painted black, but they are an incredibly dark gangster spec tint. Again, until you've seen one of these cars, hopefully I'll try and capture it in the video, but until you've seen one of these things up close, it honestly beggars belief. At the back, you've got the split brake lights. Again, they have light buckets underneath them. The stickers are over the top of the body shell, or where the light buckets sit, to diffuse the light a little bit, and that actually makes them look even more realistic. We've got some reversing lights there, giant chrome bumper, and a rego plate on the back that says California GTO 1967, which is glorious. Probably the last thing to talk about on the exterior of this car are the wheels and tires, or rather what you can see behind them. Not only does it have a moving brake disc, but it has a caliper that the disc actually moves in between. Like, it's just like a real brake thing. It's only a tiny little detail, but when you see this thing sort of moving just slowly, but you can see that the caliper is staying where it is. The scale realism on this car, Kyosho have absolutely knocked it out of the park. So, let's pop the hood. This particular GTO is sitting on Kyosho's Fazer Mk2 touring car chassis. We've got, it is a plastic tub chassis, similar overall design to a Tamiya TT02. We've got a big foam bumper on the front. One thing it's got over the GTO 2 is it's got a Velcro strap for the battery tray, which means it's a lot easier to fit batteries to this car. You can fit almost anything you want. And that is something the car doesn't come with. It does not come with batteries, so either a NIM nickel metal 7.2 volt stick pack or a 2-cell LiPo. Both Kyosho and Fazer recommend Gen Ace batteries. You can actually see a Gen Ace on the box for this car. So if it's good enough for Kyosho, it's good enough for us. And good enough for me, I guess. Anyway, we've got some white springs on black plastic oil-filled shocks with these anodized red aluminium shock caps. It looks $1 million again. Even like you take that wonderful scale body off, it looks fantastic. And I'm actually told that there is a couple of some places run race classes for this. They have like Kyosho Fazer class at on-road touring car club racing, and rather than destroy the beautiful body, they do put different body shells on them, so we're not killing these 60s, 70s muscle car bodies that look so amazing, but that speaks to the car's performance. They're supposed to be a very fun thing to drive. So while it does need batteries, or battery and charger to get the car up and running, it does come with this. This is Kyosho's own Synchro radio. This comes with, I think this comes with all their cars. I know it comes with the USA 1, Mad Crusher, those sorts of cars. It is a really, really nice radio. It's got steering trim, throttle trim, steering dual rate, throttle endpoint adjust for both forward and reverse, and reversing for the channels. It is a particularly comfortable controller, at least for me. I love the foam steering wheel on it. And I gotta say, it is one of the most impressive ranges for like an RTR included in the kit radio I've ever seen. It's on another car that I'm running with this radio, I lost sight of it before it actually lost reception, which is very, very impressive. Also under here, we've got a 14-turn 550 size brush motor, which will be powered by the aforementioned NIM or 2-cell LiPo, a 60 amp ESC, which looks a lot like a Hobbywing rebrand, and a waterproof servo, which means, you know, bashing this thing out in the rain if there's a couple of puddles or the road's wet from overnight, not an issue whatsoever. The car does come with ball bearings absolutely everywhere for super smooth running, but you don't want to get water in them, and if you do, you want to dry out. So if you do run this car and it has been wet overnight, or it has been raining, you know, there's moisture on the ground, please show this car the respect it deserves. If you take it for a drive, do clean it up afterwards. Actually, speaking of driving, what a car this is. It handles exactly as you want a 1967 Pontiac GTO to handle. It's a little bit bouncy, there's a lot of body roll, and yeah, it's been out a few times, but it's fun. It is a lot of fun. It basically goes as good as it looks. I think these cars do somewhere around 40 kilometers an hour out of the box on the 2-cell LiPo, so we'll definitely have to do a speed test in the future. But I really, really do like this thing, and considering this is as close as owning a 1967 Pontiac GTO. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to owning one. Yeah, I love it. It's brilliant. I do have a soft spot for touring cars. I think they are fun. I'm really lately getting into scale realism in general. There's something very, very satisfying about just how brilliant these cars look. So in a follow-up video, I'm going to be installing the optional LED kit, going for some proper scale realism, and we might also do, even though this motor's good, we might also boost the power a bit. So if you want to see more videos like this, unboxings or running videos, reviews, anything at all like that, drop us a line, leave a comment down the bottom. I'll put some links in the description for the car and for everything you need to get up and running with it, which is just battery, charger and some AA's. And that's all. See you in the next video. Bye.